When you say the term self-improvement, one of the first things that comes to mind for me anyway is the morning routine, because it was popularized around a year ago. And I remember for me, it was like when I was 11, I had this sudden urge at like 11 at night to change my life around. I wanted to get abs or something. And so what I did the next morning was I woke up really early, and then I had a breakfast of like only fruits, because I thought like if I didn't eat a lot, I would get shredded. And then I did this 10-minute fat burner workout routine, and then I went to school. And the thing is, it's healthy to have a morning routine. And although I was doing it wrong, of course, then I think everyone should have one. But it's not this one size fits all. It's not that you have to have a cold shower, you have to meditate, you have to work out before in the morning, because a morning routine is dependent on you. Because sure, you can set this morning routine, perfect morning routine up, but if you're not following it, it's not a routine. There's no point in it. And the real importance of a morning routine is that you can think of it using this graph. Your morning routine sets the ceiling for your day, and it goes down from there. But by doing a morning routine and setting this bar really high, it makes it so that the rest of your day can be better, because in the end, your morning is the start of your day, and it's what's going to make it so that you have a good rest of the day. So there's this like almost moral in Korean, and it's saying that you shouldn't argue in the morning. And people genuinely, they always wait until like after the morning to argue or to talk about serious things, because we believe that the morning is the most important part of your day, and by messing up the morning, it can mess up the rest of your life, as you can see with this graph. So you really have to think carefully about your morning routine, because it can map out the rest of your day. So what actually are the principles of a morning routine? So I think it can be divided into 3 parts: mental health, sleep, and exercise. Because although it's called a morning routine, your morning routine actually starts the night before when you sleep, because your sleep determines if you're going to wake up and actually start the routine well. So the first step to do is, because although it would be nice if you could genuinely wake up at 4 or 5 every day, the thing is, if you're waking up at 9, 10, that's something that you can't do. You can't suddenly wake up 5 hours before. So the first step in fixing your sleep is to get whatever time you're waking up right now and do +1 or -2. So what this means is, say for me, I wake up at 8 every day for this past month. But then what I want to do is, I want to set this +1 -2 range. So this is 9 or 6. So I have to wake up in a range between 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. And although this gives a 3-hour gap and it's a long time, the thing is, the principle of a morning routine is it's consistent. You have to do it over and over again, because sure, it's nice if you do a really good morning routine for 1 week, but then you can't stick to it, so you keep changing it. But what we want is consistency and being able to do it again and again. So by setting this range, it gives us the leniency, but not too much, and it's actually a +1 but -2, so it's actually going to convince us to wake up earlier. And the reason for this is that it's really healthy and good for you to wake up at the same time for the rest of your year, for the rest of your life. Because a lot of people, they do all this because of school, so they wake up at 6 on school days, but when it becomes the weekends, they wake up at 10, 11. But this doesn't make any sense, because you might be saying, I'm just catching up on sleep, but it actually does more harm than good, because by maintaining a consistent sleep schedule for every day, and you can go research this, it's proven that not only does it fix your body clock, but it also boosts productivity, because you're getting your body into a routine schedule, and it gets used to waking up for work at this same time. And people say they can't wake up this early. But the thing is, the way to actually fix your sleep schedule is to just wake up one day at 5 or 6. Because think about it, if you wake up at 5 or 6, by the time it gets to like 9 o'clock, you're going to be really tired and you're going to end up sleeping. And just like that, your sleep schedule is fixed. And so that's the first step of your morning routine: getting a good night's sleep and waking up just a little bit earlier than you normally do, and to do this every single day. And then the next part is a mental health activity. And although loads of YouTubers just say this has to be meditation, cold showering, journaling. The thing is, it's what works for you, because I remember I used to watch this wake up and meditate kind of thing, but for me anyway, as soon as I wake up, I'm all groggy and I'm not like fully awake. So whenever I try to meditate, I just end up like falling back asleep. So what works for me is like cold showers or going outside and taking a walk. So whatever it is, it's just something that could wake you up and clear your mind. It could just be watching the sunrise with a cup of coffee. It has to be something that works for you, because this is the first trap that people fall into. They follow this YouTuber's morning routine because it seems so cool and they have such a good life. But the thing is, you're not going to be at that stage, and some things that work for them are obviously not going to work for you. So as I said, do something that works for you and experiment a bit, but the point of this is to wake up and actually have a good start. Because I remember I'd wake up at 6, but then I just turn on my computer instantly, and just what happens is you're like staring empty-mindedly and like blankly at your screen and just zoning out for like 20 minutes until you actually start work. And the way to counteract this is to just go outside, look at the sun, and just like wake yourself up. And the third one is exercise, and part of your morning routine should encompass some sort of moving physical activity. And even if it's just going outside into your garden and walking around and then coming back in, or just doing 10-20 push-ups, because this wakes your organs up and it marks the start of your day. And also what you want to do is every morning, for me, I would drink a bottle of water. So I think that's like 1 liter, because it's proven that when you wake up and drink water, it wakes up all your organs, and it's just such a good way to start your day. As I've said in this video, your morning routine is very important, but it's bad to mindlessly follow other people's morning routines, and you have to find one that works for you. And although this might be too simple and you might want to level it up, this is just a basic morning routine that you can follow, because sure, you can add stuff and this is extremely basic, but as I said, the morning routine isn't about trying to do 1 week of extremely like doing everything, but then the next week you just can't stick to it. It's something that you want to try and implement for the rest of your life, and you have to tell yourself, because you know yourself the best, you have to really ask yourself if this is something that you can do for the rest of your life, and if you're going to actually do. Standardize before optimizing.